challenge is how online leads can actually be converted into a sale, where and especially in emerging markets, the traditional way of referral is still much in the heads of potential buyers. So it's a lot of trust in person that I know to purchase a property, and the online lead, where then the other person picking up on that lead being the broker, or in that case of the transaction model ourselves, that is a face that is unknown, or a voice that is unknown, and that is in competition to the known to the referral. The biggest piece and biggest part of differentiator is really in business intelligence today, and understanding the hotness of a lead, and let's say making sure that leads from the classifieds model are best understood on how to convert them for the transactional piece. But I think business intelligence is really where going forward the biggest differentiator is. Is a very obvious one. Everybody's trying to understand how to work on the transactional model. I think that's been already in the last few months and probably 1-2 years the topic, but it's only ever emerging. So it's really literally everybody thinking on how to leverage or jump into the transactional model. The second piece is that the transactional model is not one model. There is 20 different ways of how to approach it. And I think everybody has his angle to it. I'm very convinced about the angle that we found after playing around with it for a year and a half. But I think that is now the question going forward, in which market does which model evolve strongest, and then interestingly, in which kind of synergies with the classifieds that it might have emerged. To answer that question, really, whether and how far the transactional model or the emergence of the transactional model is going to affect the classifieds. I think everybody's speaking about Facebook, and I think in real estate, honestly, Facebook will have an impact, but a limited impact. And I would rather say the transactional model is where the consolidation of the supplier market to a certain extent will have more significant impact on the classifieds. That does not mean that the classifieds will become redundant, because I think that the problem that the classified solves, which is creating transparency in the property market, that still requires to be solved, and then the user, the consumer, will continue to require it. And yet, I think the monetization of the classifieds depends to a large extent on also the consolidation or not consolidation of the supplier market, in which prices can be charged. I think in that sense there will be an impact on monetization, but not in the original problem that it requires solving. There's a very few things. The sales operations have always been the one piece where we have been very, very diligent, and let's say I would actually be quite confident to say significantly better in how we convert leads to an actually paying client. That's on the classifieds piece. But I think the going forward and the continuous topic for the future for us, and has already emerged to be a competitive advantage, is really, again, business intelligence. And the way that we are diligent in understanding how to acquire what kind of user, how to retain them, how to then understand, again, the quality of those leads, and how then not only that understanding can be leveraged for the classifieds, but actually for the transaction. Started in 1, maximum 2, 3 markets, instead of spreading ourselves thinly in launching the technology and brand in so many. And secondly, I would have given ourselves more time in the technological advancement, and going with a more a more clear tech advantage into the market, instead of a very strong tech disadvantage, which we sort of had to work through over 3-4 years to really pick up to the market. And it cost us a lot of money along that way, which we could have probably not spent. And yet I think the positive result coming from it is that we have, with a lot of money, but with that, have achieved very clear positions in very attractive markets. guys are doing really well. I respect a lot how they have evolved from a classifieds portal into solving significantly more problems along the value chain. So I think when we look at emerging markets, they kind of stand out, and in Pakistan, the level of monetization that they have achieved is a clear proof of their operational excellence.